welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we will discuss a covalent bond for a class plus 1 chemistry. So what is this covalent bond? Let us understand the meaning of a covalent. Co means mutual, valent means valence electron. Mutual valence electrons. The bond formed by mutual sharing of electrons present in valence shell of two electronegative atoms. The bond formed by mutual sharing of electrons between two electronegative atoms means this type of bond is formed in between non-metal and non-metal. The bond between metal and non-metal is always ionic, and between non-metals that is a covalent bond. For example, we have hydrogen. Hydrogen contain one valence electron, and how it can become stable? It can become stable to achieve noble gas configuration, and nearest noble gas is helium. So if both atoms share their electron, the bond formed by sharing of electrons. Both hydrogen atoms have shared one electron. This bond is a covalent bond, right? And what type of electron shared? The electrons having opposite spin to get extra stability. If this electron is revolving in clockwise direction, this electron will revolve in anti-clockwise. Opposite spin means more attraction. So covalent bond is formed by mutual sharing of electrons. Now types of covalent bond. First is a single covalent bond. This bond is formed when two electrons are shared, means one pair of electron is shared, then the single covalent bond is formed. For example, we have Cl2. Chlorine contains 7 electrons in valence shell. To achieve its octet, one electron can be shared, and sharing of these two electrons will result into formation of a single covalent bond. This is always sigma bond. Single covalent bond is always a sigma bond when one pair of electron is shared. Right? When one pair of electron is shared, as a result, a single covalent bond is formed. Second is double covalent bond. This bond is formed when two pair of electrons are shared. Two pair of electrons are shared or 4 electrons are shared, then a double covalent bond is formed. For example, we have oxygen, O2. As we know, oxygen contains 6 valence electrons. Now to complete its octet, it can share 2 electrons. So two electrons are shared from each oxygen. As a result, a double covalent bond is formed. But in double covalent bond, one bond is sigma and other bond is pi bond. So in double bond, we have one sigma and one pi bond. Pi bond is formed by collateral overlapping and sigma bond is formed by coaxial overlapping. For example, we have two axes. If they are overlapping on same axis, then coaxial overlapping takes place and a sigma bond is formed. But if a collateral overlapping takes place, two parallel orbital overlap, then pi bond is formed. So in double covalent bond, we have one sigma bond and one pi bond, right? Or we can take other example. For example, we have CO2. As we know, carbon contain 4 valence electrons and oxygen contain 6 electrons. So there is a sharing of electrons between carbon and oxygen, and hence one sigma and one pi bond is formed. So in CO2 we can say double covalent bond is present, or we can say 2 sigma and 2 pi bonds are present, right? Next is a triple covalent bond. A triple covalent bond is formed when 6 electrons or 3 pair of electrons are shared between two atoms. 3 pair of electrons or 6 electrons are shared. Then a triple covalent bond is formed. For example, we have nitrogen and 2. Nitrogen contains 5 valence electrons. And now to achieve its octet or nearest noble gas configuration, they can share 3 electrons. A triple covalent bond is formed. But one thing to be noticed here, in triple bond, we have one sigma bond and 2 pi bonds. So in triple covalent bond, we have one sigma and 2 pi bonds are formed, right? For example, we have CN cyanide. Carbon contains 4 electrons, nitrogen contains 5 electrons. Sharing of 3 electrons results into a triple covalent bond. So we can say in nitrogen we have one sigma and 2 pi bonds are present, right? And if we compare covalent bond with ionic bond, covalent bond is a weak bond than ionic, because in ionic there is a strong electrostatic force of attraction, but here weak force of attraction is present. So the covalent bond is present in covalent compounds and ionic bond is present in ionic compounds. Covalent compounds are easily to dissociate. Why? Because their bond dissociation energy is lower than that of ionic bond. Ionic bond is non-directional, but covalent bond is always direction. Next, let's do some difference between ionic and covalent bonds. Ionic bond and covalent bond. Ionic bond, strong bond. Covalent bond is a weak bond. It is formed between metal and non-metal. Covalent bond is formed between non-metal and non-metal, right? Third, ionic bond is a non-directional. Covalent bond is a directional. So we can say covalent compounds have definite shape, ionic compounds do not have a definite shape, because this covalent bond is a directional bond. Fourth, we can say high melting point, boiling point. Covalent bond is less melting point, boiling point. Fifth, if boiling point is high, it means it is less volatile, but covalent bond is more volatile, right? Next, sixth, we can say ionic bond, high electrostatic force of the interaction there. And covalent bond, there is only less force of attraction. These are the few differences between ionic bond and a covalent bond. Covalent bond is a weak bond because formed by mutual sharing of electrons. That is the basic difference between ionic bond and a covalent bond. That's it for a covalent bond.